Hello, everyone from Akasa Living. How's everyone today? I want to give a shout out to Gina Steele, singer, musician extraordinaire, but hairdresser extraordinaire as well. The Palette Salon in Richland. Yes, thank you, Gina. Thank you so very much. Now, I did a video earlier today, and I did it while I was out and about because it was a beautiful setting, and I love beautiful settings. The ducks were out there, and I love water and all of that. But so I'm going to slow down now, and there won't be people walking by. And I'm going to talk about the same subject and some other stuff. Okay, I want to talk about our chakra system, and I want to talk about what all of that has to do with raising the vibrational frequency of the planet in twin flame and our clear abilities. But I also want to talk about why it's messing with your intuitive hits that you get. And I want to talk about also why it's messing with your tarot readings. Yes, it is. This is exciting stuff, folks. And I'm quite sure there are chakra experts out there who know this, but I haven't heard any of them teach it. And so when I got the download, there've been bits and pieces of it. I say the stuff and then it's like, okay. And then I'll say something else and I'm like, okay. And then it all just like comes together. And then I'll get a piece of the information that I didn't have before. And then it really all comes together. And then I have one of those, as my friends all call it, oh my gosh, you had an HFS moment. And I get really excited then. And because then it all the little pieces come together. I don't get subtle, folks. So even when the universe gives it to me subtly, I could say it for 3 weeks and it doesn't click for me that I've just said something major. And then when it finally all comes together, I'm like, oh. so anyway, this is all pretty big. And like I said, I don't hear anyone else teaching it. And people will sometimes say that I teach above people's heads and I get too deep with it. I don't believe that's true. I did adult continuing education and I did consulting and I did the education for other consultants. That's what I did. Okay. And adult learners change their behavior because they understand why. Adult learners change their behavior because they understand why. Adults are not going to change their behavior unless you tell them why. So I don't believe I get too deep for anyone. I don't believe I get too deep. As a matter of fact, I use very practical, everyday examples of things. So adult learners will know, and this is why you need to change your behavior. And my videos get a little long because of that. Well, adult learners will listen whenever what they're listening to is, oh, that applies to me. I know how to do that. Ooh, I see how that'll help me. So yeah, maybe all that's true. But we have so many people out there that are going through spiritual awakening or energetic awakening, which is far more appropriate term because it has nothing to do with spirits. Okay. It's got to do with the fact that we're made of energy. All right. There's no great big spirit up there in the sky looking down with a chest set, moving people around. Okay. We're energetic beings, and understanding how energy works is what makes all this work. But it is conscious energy. And that is why it seems like it's spirit. All right. Because conscious energy feels, has emotion, and it communicates. So it's not it's not a spirit. It's a conscious being vibrating at a different frequency than you are. We are in a denser dimension. That's why we are tactile. Okay. It's also why we're in the dimension where there's sound. Yeah. That's another video, but I got that today at lunch and I was like, oh my God, I understand that. And so, yeah, so it was another big HFS moment. But anyway, so there's no spirits here. Okay. There's us, light beings who are multidimensional. There are multi-dimensions to us. We're actually very much cube shaped. Our chakra system around us is all different dimensions. Each dimension has a chakra, an energy vortex spinning. They're points of energy transference. So every input, output goes through one of these chakras. Now, for our tactile body, like you see drawn on the pieces of paper when you open a book or when you look on a screen, that row of colors you see that they're calling chakras, the chakra system, those are the main chakras. And then there are the ones that are within the body. And then there are the ones that are the ascension chakras. And then there's the earth star chakra, which is just below, that grounds us to Mother Earth. All right. Okay. That contains our Chiron wound healing, by the way. And that's another whole video too. So I've been told so much about the chakra system that, like I said, other people apparently have not been told. And it is very exciting stuff. So we have this chakra system, which is external. It is not within us. This is our energy body. All right. This is what is, Gabriella and I had all of this channeled to us about what is the outside cube of us that is holding our frequency in, and that we refract out from it. That's why it is said that we are a hologram. But we're not a hologram. Our molecules are held within this chakra system, okay? These points of energy transference, these vortexes that are spinning. And the density is such that our molecules, the protons, electrons, or neutrons, are slowed down enough that we form a tactile being, so that the light bodies in the earth plane of existence can have a tactile existence. They can touch, they can feel, they can kiss, they can have sex, they can sing, they can paint, they can draw, they can touch the planet they're on, they can ground to it. Yeah, it's tactile. All the things, they can smell, they can taste, they can see one another, and they're not just light or shimmering. No, we're tactile. And we've slowed down enough so we can sense one another in a way that is not in other planes of existence, because we are denser energy. All right. So anyway, whenever we first start waking up to this, becoming consciously aware of it, as we come out of the denser energies, as we start becoming consciously aware of the fact, hold on, we don't have to live in denser energies. We are living in energetic patterns that are self-destructive, and self-destructive, therefore emanating out from us into the whole planet. And if it's self-destructive that way, everything is synergistic. Therefore, it's self-destructive to the cosmos. If it's self-destructive to one plane of existence of this light being, it is causing chaos for the rest of it as well. Okay? So our light being wants to get this part of its house in order. The cosmos wants this plane of existence to get itself in order. So everyone is highly motivated for every human being to get to the point where it's heaven on earth that it's supposed to be having. Every part of the cosmos is pulling for this. There's one of the gurus out there says, the universe has always got your back. Yes, because the universe wants things back in order, and it's beyond the universe. It's beyond our universe. It's all of the cosmos, because it all reverberates out. So as we are coming up in vibrational frequency, as we are becoming consciously aware, the more we become consciously aware, the more we are attuning to our chakra system. Not just this chakra system, all of our chakra system. Now, this physical body, the denser body, the denser energy, we've been attuned to the seeing, smelling, tasting, hearing, feeling our whole lives. Those are our normal physical senses. Our chakra system, when we become attuned to it, as we start aligning our chakra system and tune it in more and more and more, as we come up in levels of conscious awareness, as we start vibrating in higher frequencies, we bring our extraordinary ordinary senses online, extrasensory perception online, or our clair abilities online. So as you're going through energetic awakening, you get bombarded by more sensory input. So for those of us who were born energetically awake, but didn't know we had energetic bodies, that is why we have had all the autoimmune and fight, flight, and freeze illnesses we've had. We didn't know to clear our energy. We didn't even know what that meant. And there are people out there talking about it now that still can't tell you what they mean when they say clear your energy. They're still telling you, just ground to Mother Earth and put yourself in a pink bubble all day. No. If you're opening up your ports of energy transference to the news and watching every bad thing that's happening and you're taking all that in your portals, your energy is not clear. That pink light is not keeping that from coming in, your points of energy transference. Clearing your energy means getting yourself to the point of calm, whether it's through breathing or whatever way you do it, that you have gotten your fight, flight, or freeze turned back down, your sympathetic nervous system turned back down, and everything's back in alignment. And then keeping it clear, yes, having the pink transcendent light around you helps, it fortifies. But if you go right back out and put it all back in, I'm sorry, your energy is not clear. So no, we can't wrap ourselves in pink bubbles and walk around all day and think no, that's not it. There's so much more to it than that. And as we become more and more high vibrational, our chakra system becomes more and more attuned to all the other multi-dimensions of ourselves and the other multi-dimensional beings around us. So more comes in. Today, a friend and I were talking about, we both have had fight, flight, and freeze our whole lives. And we were both talking about how we used to be able to sit down and do certain things and then go on and do 10 other things. And now when we do it, it's like, whoa, that was a lot. And we have to rest in between. That's because every part of us, our entire energy body, we are attuned to it now. And it is taking in that energy. And so we have to clear that energy out and then get the physical body rested back up. We have to reset and then go again. I've been watching for years now, and I've seen, it's like the world has to, it's like we used to do 20 things, whereas now people can do 5. And putting myself in the same, but I had fibromyalgia, so I knew why I was that way, but I could not for the life of me understand why other people were. Well, now I understand it. Whether you were aware of it or not, the planet's vibrational frequency was changing. Therefore, energetically, you were changing and you were getting bombarded with more and more. And therefore, you were having to slow down because you were having more and more input come in. So it was sensory overload. You had to slow down what you were doing to keep up with what you were doing. People say time is faster. It's not really that time is faster. It's you're having to go slower because things are coming at you faster. And so to keep up with it, to not be overloaded by it, we literally cannot do the 20 things we used to do by 10 o'clock. It's too much. It overloads our systems because all of our chakra systems are taking this in. Okay? So these points of energy transference, all of our chakra systems, that's where our extrasensory perception comes in. That's why you can hear. That's why you're clairaudient. You're hearing these other dimensions. That's why your clairvoyance is working. You're seeing into these other dimensions. Tasting, smelling, clairtangency. I can touch something and I can get energy from those other dimensions. Now I want to talk about the integrity of that. This is important. Do you want people psychically spying on you? No, you don't. Therefore, you do not want to use these senses in that way, because if you do, that is the energy you put out, and other people will do that to you. And that is not the energy we want this planet to be in, where everyone is psychically spying on each other. And we are going to be such high vibrational beings. One, we're going to be aware of that. Damn, as I psychically spy on her, somebody will psychically spy on me. Cause and effect. Some people call it karma. All this stuff about you got good karma, bad karma, all that means is that's the energy I put out. Therefore, I have attracted that energy back. The way you get rid of it, no, you don't come back and live another life and sign some contract and have to, well, I got to check that off and check that off and check that off. No, you put out that energy came back to you. Stop putting that energy out. Guess what? It stops coming in. Yeah. That's all that's about. Cause and effect. So you're like me and you have clairtangency. You can touch your phone and you can feel a text message and you can know what it means. Do you want other people doing that to you? I bet you don't. Then don't do it to other people. You put that energy out, you're inviting that energy back into your life. It may not be that somebody feels your text messages, but it will be that somebody looks into your life in a way that you don't want them to. And that is what we are going to learn as a people. We can learn it the easy way and we can operate in integrity, or we can learn it the hard way, cause and effect. But we will learn it. And that is a dense energy. Operating in an energy where you're doing something to someone else that you would not have done to you, that's 3D energy. That is dense energy. When it's okay to treat someone else a certain way, but have the expectation of them not to treat you that way, that is dense energy. And the whole planet's vibrational frequency is going up to the point we're not going to do that. So that will naturally go away. But as your senses are coming online, that is one of the first things you need to know. And believe me, I know at first, you don't really know what's going on. You pick up your phone and it happens, and you're like, holy, the HFS moment, folks. And you don't really know what to do with that. And then you're like, and then you have a dimension of yourself that says it's a gift, you're supposed to use it. And there are times you pick it up and it's nothing you can do about it, because there is a dimension of yourself that's like, no, this is information we are giving you to guide you. This is a way we are using this as a point of energy transference to guide you. Just like when we tell you things clairaudiently, we're telling you something this way. This is how we're guiding you. You didn't ask for it. You're not spying on that person. You picked it up. It was there because we are guiding you this way. But there is a big difference between that and you picking it up and going, tell me what they're thinking. Big difference. It's not like my clairaudience. It's not like I go around, okay, let me hear what the world is thinking. God, no. I don't want to know. Because there's nothing I can do with that information that is in integrity anyway. Either somebody is in alignment with me because they have done the energetic work to come out of 3D behavioral patterns and into the same energy that I'm in, or they haven't. But it cannot be because I have manipulated them into it. One, we're not really in alignment. Two, we're not going to be happy because we're not really in alignment. And three, if I put that energy out, someone else is going to do that to me in some way, shape, form, or fashion. May not look exactly like it, but there will be a form of it. And I can wrap it up all day long in pretty paper and say, well, I did it with my clear abilities. That was high vibrational. No, it wasn't. If you don't want it done to you, then that was 3D pattern of behavior, and it was low vibrational of you. Now, are we all going to slip into that sometimes? Yes, we're still in very dense energy, but we are getting in less and less dense energy all the time. And the mind, the programmable mind, should be helping with that. We don't need the intuitive mind to help with that, because once we've learned the information, That's what the programmable mind is for. The program. Once you've learned it, it's programmed. So that's what we use the thinking mind for. Hold on a second. Wait a second. It's tempting, but it's not worth the price. Oh, yeah. You know what'll happen if I do that? Somebody will do it to me. It's not how I want to be treated. How do I want to feel? Well, I don't want to feel like people are spying on me psychically. So it's not the energy I'm going to put out. Exactly. Reprogramming the thinking mind to understand 5D behavioral patterns. That is integrating the thinking mind, the ego, into a 5D behavioral pattern, into working with the light body instead of against the light body. Okay? So you've come into higher levels of consciousness. You're starting to sense more around you. You're starting to, I think I heard something. I think I'm seeing something. I'm seeing lights, or I literally did see something, or I smell somebody's cologne and there's nobody around. Whatever. Yes, that is your chakra system. Points of energy transference. It's not magical, all right? It's not spirits. It's none of those things. Now, the other dimensions are vibrating at different frequency, are the other dimensions of ourself, the other dimensions of the person next to you and the person next to you, et cetera, et cetera. So, yes, they can act upon other types of energy that are around to give us clues and the synchronicities and all of those things that happen, as well as let us see things and let us hear things, et cetera, et cetera. So they are communicating with us all the time. You're becoming more and more aware of it, the more attuned you are to your chakra system, and the more you are open to and working with all of these other senses that you have, and we all have them. Okay? Now, when it comes to twin flame, this is how you recognize your twin. Your chakra system doesn't have to be wide open yet. You may not even know you have a chakra system. You may not even know about energetic awakening yet. As a matter of fact, meeting your twin, usually, it's one of the big highlights of it, at least one of you will have spiritual awakening, energetic awakening. Both of you actually, eventually. It's because you have the exact same chakra system. You were one soul divided, one being divided, one light being divided. Okay? So you have the most matching points of energy transference, the two of you, than you do with any other thing in existence, anywhere. And you come into close proximity with one another, your energetic bodies go freaking nuts. Your spidey senses come on. And when you finally see that person, everything in you lights up. It's like somebody jump started you, okay? Jumper cables. And your entire chakra system gets lit up. And theirs does too. So no matter what degree of order your life had before that moment, everything just went into chaos because your entire chakra system just got a jolt. Every point of energy transference just got zapped. This makes me think of the bug zappers. Yeah. That's what it's like to be twin flame. And it's meant to be that. So you recognize each other and you wake each other up. It's kind of like back in the Cold War days when you had the sleeper spies, you know, the code word was said and it woke the sleeper up. Well, there's no, this isn't subtle, folks. It's not subtle when you run into the other chakra system that aligns with yours. It's okay. Now, yes, you're mirroring. You know, they talk about the mirroring and the triggering. It's not triggering. It's your chakras align. You're saying, well, if it's so much alignment, then why is it chaotic? Well, because you've had 3D patterns attached to you. You got blockages, you got restrictions, you got trauma, drama, blame, shame, woulda, coulda, shoulda games attached to you. You got ancestral stuff. You got past lifetime stuff. Remember, I told you this chaos that we've been in, lifetime after lifetime after lifetime now, has reverberated out through the cosmos, up through our light bodies, out through the echoes of existence, all of our lifetimes that are still vibrating, because our lifetimes go on and on and on and on. They're a record. They're the Akashic record. It's called a record for a reason. People talk about living multiple lifetimes at once. No, we're living one lifetime. I'm living this lifetime. My light body is in this tactile body. It's me. But every other time it has had a tactile body existence on Earth. That energy is still reverberating out and will continue to reverberate out forever. So that ring of energy reverberating out, of course, it's around the whole sphere of the planet. Those are the echoes of eternity. That is the record of everything. That is the space-time continuum for this planet. And we don't mess with that. You mess with one thing, you mess with everything. Just like one of us gets in alignment, it helps bring everyone into alignment. Same thing. Okay? Same thing. So, you've had all these things, both of you did, that's happened to you, that, okay, we lit each other up, but now our systems need to get fixed. They're a little wonky, each one of us, but there's no better way to fix those systems than together, because you mirror each other perfectly. You've got mustard there, well, you've got ketchup there. Okay, let me see about me what I need to do to get my mustard and ketchup off. And you see what you need to do about you to get your mustard and ketchup off, because I can't fix you and you can't fix me. But thank you for letting me see that through you, because I can see it through you a whole heck of a lot quicker than I could see it out there in the world with those people who don't light me up, because that's not where I belong. I belong here. Because that lights me up more than anything. Everything in me knows. Everything in me knows that my story is with you. We reverse engineer these lives so we will stay within the energetic bandwidth of unconditional love. And there is nothing that's going to hold you in that energetic bandwidth more than the other part of you. And the other part of you is where you're supposed to be, co-creating the expansion of consciousness. That is where the purest expansion of consciousness will come from. That is where the most dynamic expansions of consciousness are going to come from. That is where the most powerful, important expansion of consciousness is going to come from. The best ideas, the most beautiful relationships, the best businesses, the best friendships, the best of everything, the closer in energetic alignment. That's why the friends you have should come from your intuition, because you are in alignment. Those are going to be the most energetically charged friendships. And the best expansion of consciousness is going to come from that. That doesn't necessarily mean that you and your twin are going to have a business together. You're going to do everything together, et cetera, et cetera. But what you do together, it's going to be amazing. And you are going to be the perfect support system for one another. You are wired and designed to be. Now, why didn't you know that to begin with? Because the universe was expanding consciousness. When the two energies, and I know we personified them in this plane of existence as feminine and masculine, but they're two energies. There are two energies, one of each nature. All right? And they had never divided before to co-create. That's not how they'd been doing it, but instead they did. And they didn't know that they were going to get out of the bandwidth of unconditional love doing it that way. Until you did it, you didn't know. Until you had chocolate, you don't know what it tastes like. But they did it. And they didn't know that the sacral chakra, where manifesting takes place, where co-creation takes place. Okay? They didn't know that at all levels of the light body, that if that part of the co-creative energy was non-resonant, if we got into dense energies and started commingling non-resonant energies in the sacral chakra, that we would plummet into dense energies and out of frequency and into chaos. But we did. When they found out, it's like, oops. Well, that was an HFS moment, I assure you. But again, we're energy. It's not a game up there. Well, we effed that up. Let's reset the board. No, doesn't work that way. Somebody's been bad. Let's punish them. Nope, that's not what happened. But it's felt like it because it has taken a long time, because we've had to work it from both ends. We've had to gradually be bringing the planet back up through universal law. And we've also had to be reverse engineering the lives and coming back and living them and trying to get the two to meet in the middle. And that's the point of time we are in. It was called the dawning of the age of Aquarius. And here we are. And Twin Flame is here because we are exponential when we're together. And it's not just us lighting each other up. It reverberates out and it lights up the whole cosmos. Our powerful coming together is, you think it lit us up? Imagine twin flames all over the planet coming together this way. But we have to heal first from the woulda, coulda, shoulda, trauma, drama, blame, shame games. We have to come out of those energies. Now, what if your twin doesn't? They just don't. Because not everybody's twins here anyway. So and I've done a whole video on the conscious awareness fact of being consciously aware if you make the decision to be with somebody who is really, really close in vibrational frequency, your parallel or your soulmate. And so I'm not going to get into that here. You can make that conscious choice if you want. Don't judge if you do, because you have no guarantee that your twin is going to come out of denser energy. If they're in denser energy and you get guided to, I will say that is the only way you should make that decision, is if you yourself are in alignment, attuned, and your light body guides you and says, okay, this is the choice we're going to have to make for you to have a happy, healthy, full, whole and complete life. This is the path we take. Then that is a conscious choice. Do not make it from a 3D pattern of, well, I guess I'll settle for this. I'm not going to get any other way. Yeah, don't make it that way. Okay? Because that's how we got here to begin with. That's how we got here to begin with. Non-resonant energies in the sacral chakra area. And we were expanding consciousness that way. Then the twin flames finally figured out, hold on, we never divided consciousness this way before. We did it this time, and wow. It's created chaotic energy all the way up the light beam, and it's reverberated out all the way out through the cosmos. Co-creation. Energetically, I'm not talking morality. Co-creation has to be with resonant energy. This is where the ancient Egyptians got the notion that they should marry their sisters and their brothers. The ancient Egyptians were very tuned into the gods. And this is where they got that notion. They're twin flame. So, now what in the world does this have to do with tarot? It used to be you could go to a psychic or tarot, all of those types of things, and you could get some pretty clear guidance. Well, now we're all coming into our clear abilities. Everybody's got all these points of energetic transference going off. Well, what do tarot readers use to read? Energy. So there's more points of energy transference coming out to them than ever before. So that's one issue. But there's another. You have all these twin flames out there in the collectives that they're reading for, who are thinking about each other, ruminating about each other, trying to figure stuff out. And every scenario that they're playing over and over and over again in their mind that is an energetic timeline where they fragmented their energy. Well, it could be this, it could be that, it could be this, it could be that. Hold on, I'm going to do a 3D pattern here, and I'm going to go back and I'm going to fragment my energy, and I'm going to go back to this trauma, drama, blame, shame, coulda, woulda, shoulda game, and I'm going to think about that where they hurt me there. Yeah, I'm going to dwell on that one. Yeah, and I should have said that, and I could have done that. Well, no, I feel bad about that. Yeah, all of those things in all of those timelines, past, present, future, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Well, I want to do this. No, I'll do it that way. No, what if she doesn't? Well, I'll do it that way. Well, he might. Yeah, no, I'll do it that way. All of those timelines, past, present, future, are being thrown out there at a higher vibrational frequency than ever. And that's what the tarot readers are getting. Yeah. So they're getting more input themselves than ever. And their chakra systems are turned on more than ever. So you have a private reading. You say, okay, well, I'll just do a private reading then. Okay, you do that. And I'm all for it. I read the cards too. But you know how we're always telling people now energy shifts. This is why energy shifts, folks. Did we ever really know before? We knew energy shifted, but did we know why? This is why. Your twin flame is home thinking about you. They're thinking, maybe I should ask her out. Maybe I'll never see her again. Maybe I don't want to see her again. I'm over all that stuff. Well, hold on a second. What exactly am I over? Oh, I remember now. She did this, she did that, and then there was that, and well, I did do that, and oh, there was this, and ooh, squirrel. And then they're off thinking about that, and then they're back to this, and then, but I miss her. And so they're back here thinking about all the things they could do, and then the past life comes up, and then all that comes up in the reading that you're getting. That's your private reading, because they're ruminating about all of that. They're fragmenting their forward energy because they can't decide what to do, because they haven't done their healing. They haven't released all of that. They're still holding on to 3D patterns. They're not in 5D, where we forgive everything, pull all of our energy to us now, get in the vibrational frequency of now and go forward. They haven't cleared their past life stuff. Yeah, see the lights go up. The universe wants all of this cleared because it's reverberating out and it's causing chaos, and it's preventing the most resonant of energies from getting together, whether it be twin flame or not twin flame. The universe wants you with the most resonant energies possible in your friendships, in your work, with your family. They want your family to end up being actually the most resonant energies possible. All aspects of your life. That's why we're saying, if it doesn't light you up, don't do it. That's why we're saying, listen to your intuition. And by the way, what is your intuition? I love this. I love this. And I'm quite sure there's some expert out there who already knows this. But again, I haven't heard it from anyone else. And I've been asking around, and no one I've talked to has heard it either. What do we think the intuitive mind is? I've read where quantum physicists say we don't really know how, but we know the heart thinks. The thinking mind is not what intuits things. It does not conceive of things. It's only programmable. It's the heart, somehow or another. We don't know how yet, but the heart does it. Well, it's not the heart organ. It's not the physical heart. It's the heart chakra. It's the point of energy transference. And it's getting all of this energy transference, this input from the chakra systems of all the energy fields around it, generated by all the other energetic beings around it. And that's where our gut mind comes from too. The sacral chakra is where our sacral intuitive mind is. Yeah. The chakra system is so important, folks. It's affecting how we're reading things psychically. And do we even need to be doing all of that anyway? I'm not saying it's wrong to get a tarot reading. There's so much you can learn about yourself. Use tarot and all of that for yourself. I read every day, Oracle and tarot, for guidance for myself. What do I need to be looking at? What do you want to teach me? And I get taught so much. You'll see how I use them to teach you things. But don't use them to say, okay, is he coming? Is he coming today? Because he may have thought about it 14 times during the night, and he may have thought about 30 other things. And you're going to get, your reader is going to pick up on some of those, and you don't know which one he's going to do. His energy has been put out, fragmented into all those timelines, plus all the other stuff he's picked up or she's picked up, because they haven't cleared those things yet. And then you're going to turn around and fragment your energy on it. It's neither one of you are going to have your best and highest good met that way. Because the best way for them to get in frequency is for you to be in frequency. Because the best way for everyone to get in frequency is for you to be in frequency. So it's not about the twin. It's not even really just about you. It's about the whole planet. It's about the whole cosmos. The best way for everyone to be happy is to be in order. Know your value. Know your worth. And your worth, yes, it translates into an emotional feeling. I know my worth. I know my self-worth. But energetically, that translates into a frequency, your frequency. Get in your frequency. And your intuition tells you what that is, your heart chakra. Folks, this is not pie in the sky, mumbo jumbo, magical thinking. We have personified the other dimensions, the other planes of existence. We've personified all of this so we can talk about it in terms that we can all understand. So we're all not trying to talk like quantum physicists, because we're not, or whatever other sciences may be involved at some point in time. But folks, this is how we take this information and we apply it to our practical real world lives. So if you love tarot, I do too. Take it and use it to be the best you can be for yourself, for whoever you're going to be in a relationship with, and every kind of relationship you've got. So that reverberates out. So everything around you gets better. And if you're in a twin flame situation, know that they're experiencing exactly what you are. It may not be, you may be having apples, they may be having oranges, but that's the physical of it. Energetically, it's doing the same thing. It may physically be apples and oranges, but the energetic impact is the same. That is one of the issues. We want to hold this, well, he's going to apologize to me. He's going to come in right. She's going to, no, forgive it all. Stop with the blockages. You've been in that exact same level of consciousness and energy before yourself. It may have looked like an apple instead of an orange, but you've been there. It's not about the exact physical manifestation or expression of it. It's about what the energy was. And if the energy has shifted now, and that person is a 5D thinker versus a 3D thinker, if their level of consciousness has switched to where they're out of those patterns or working really damn hard to be, and they want to work on being in behavioral patterns of how do I want to feel? And then I'm going to put that energy out. Then that's good enough. You hold them to a standard higher than that, you're putting out the energy for the world to hold you to a standard higher than that. Where does that end? Your boss. Well, yeah, I worked 12 hours already. No, I need 14 out of you. Well, okay, well, I did work 14. Well, no, now I need 16. It never ends. When that's the energy you're in, it never ends. It has to start with each one of us. All we need any person in our relationships to do is to come out of old behavioral patterns and into new. And that's it. Now, that does not mean we put on blinders and we let them come in not really changed and do it all to us again. The thinking mind thinks for a reason. It's programmed to, hold on. Yeah, they're fooling us. Sometimes it's right. The intuitive mind picks up on that too, and it'll say, yep, brain, you're right. HFS. We're not doing that again. That's what your parameters are for. And if need be, boundaries. You don't let them do it again. But you put out that energy too. I know my frequency. This is my frequency. So they don't want to come in unless they're coming in your frequency, because it's not comfortable to them. It's not comfortable. If you're someone who doesn't operate out of integrity with your gifts, others aren't going to operate out of integrity against you with theirs, because it's not going to be comfortable. They're going to think, yeah, I'm going to clairaudient in and see it. Well, no, that doesn't feel right. It's because your energy, the energetic field you're putting out, the integrity of it is so, I don't do that. I don't do that. I don't do that. I don't do that. No, you know, something about her. No, I'm not going to do that to her. Yeah. Well, I think I'm going to go back around and just let her think I've changed. And then they come around and, you know, I can't do that to her. I don't know why. I've done it 14 times now, but can't do it this time. Yeah. Because you're in your frequency and you're holding it. The energy you're putting out is, I respect myself and I won't do that to you. Because it's not how I want to be treated. So I will not treat you that way. You reverberate that out and you hold it. Now, they may stop coming around altogether. If they're going to stay in 3D patterns, they may stop coming around altogether. But they won't keep coming around and doing it to you either. Parameters will work unless you're dealing with narcissist and borderline behavior, but the planet is coming up in vibrational frequency. There should be less and less of that. So I know this got long and there's a lot of content here, but it's all connected because it's energy. And in the beginning, there was energy and there were two natures of it. And I'll be dadgum. They decided, we want to expand consciousness in a new way. So they divided. And, well, they'd never made chocolate before. And, well, the universe kind of got fat. And we've had to go on a diet. And we've had to exercise this way and exercise this way. And now we've met in the middle. And here we are. And we're learning what all that means. And this is what it is. And we're doing a beautiful job of it, folks. And this is the why and all of that of it. So we can all live in great big capital letters.